Hello to everyone. Hello, hello, hello. Hello and welcome. Okay, let me change over this. This one is 2. Oh, this one is just as high. Welcome to tonight's live. Welcome. All right. Welcome. I think I am still trying to position myself here. Okay. Welcome to the live. Welcome. Please spend a few with me while it's a long while I haven't come live, so I am still here. Spend your let me God. So spend some times with me as we are going to be just swirling out some reasoning. Just reasoning together, just reasoning. Yeah. You know. So. Okay. Okay. I'm trying to position this here. All right. I think that's it. Yes. Welcome to tonight's live. Let's chat, speak. And yes, I am okay. Yes, I am okay. Hi, Kitty. How you doing? Having a good one. How is your Sunday? How is your Sunday evening? Thank you very much. You gotta be pretty. A pretty girl. Remembering these songs. Okay. Skibildy. 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 Okay. So, good evening, and welcome to those that are out of my time zone. I welcome you, and when you saw this live, oh, yes, you will be quite appreciative. And I know you're going to be listening. I know you're going to, Harold, you doing? Good, good, good. It's not Harold. Why am I doing that? Heni. Heaney. Heaney. Am I correct right there? I hope I'm correct. Okay, good. So thank you very much for being here this evening. Thank you, thank you. It's my pleasure to have you all, to see you, for those that are coming here for the first time, for those that have not been here in a long time. Oh, circumstances beyond my control. Sometimes I am not on, you know, but then I don't forget you people. I don't forget you. I don't forget you. No time. No time. Uh, yeah. Okay. So thank you for being here. Thank you. Thank you. You know, we have a few little questions to ask, little things to talk about. Your comment section is where you exercise your right in a rightful way. So you exercise your right into the comment section. You know, I don't know why this. Okay. So thank you for coming. I missed you all. For those that have been here, I have not subscribed. Could you subscribe to the live? That's much appreciated. I'm so happy about that for your subscription. And you will soon be seeing me a little bit more often, but in another way. Okay. I think I'm going to my thing here is I'm going to be changing this. Let me change my tripod. I didn't want to go live on the I don't want to go live on the tele on the laptop. So to all my London supporters, we don't care massive or posse. Bad things, them thing there. We're gonna go with massive and posse. Okay? I'm just going to be changing this thing here. I don't like what is happening. I don't like what I'm seeing here. So let me change it. Yes. I have a better grip on this one. I don't know why my things are giving me trouble for no good reasons. I guess I have too much of them. But they are giving yourself trouble. Right. All right. And let's stay right here. So let me not interfere with it anymore. Okay. 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 So again, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is a pleasure to have me on and to have you supporting me continually and visiting me. Thank you very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now into for those of the Indians and the Indian descendant, tomorrow is the Diwali. In my country, the tomorrow is the National Heroes Celebration. You understand? So all over the world, there is some form of celebration. Tomorrow in the US is the Diwali. So all the Indians, Indian descendants, yeah, yeah, yeah. Tomorrow is your day to show your meal, to show off everything. So wherever you are celebrating Diwali, I wish you and I wish. And when we look at where we are coming from and how far we have reached, we give God thanks because there was once nothing like that. But for those who stood up and decided that, you have to have a day and a say in the thing, because we have all went through the suffering, the slavery, yeah. So this is the grassroots people and Diwali in Jamaica, it will be the heroes that when they get hero and heroine. What is happening here? Is somebody making mischief or this is really true? Oh my God. Anyhow, when I am finished with the live, I'll go back to this. Right? So, you don't get, you're not a hero until you passed away. And you have to pass away many, many, many hundred of years before sometimes they remember that, oh, he stood up and he fought and he spoke and he, for those that is to come. So yes, tomorrow in Jamaica of the West Indies, it is our heroes and national heroes celebration. Yeah. So, and tomorrow is Diwali, and it is celebrating all over the United States of America. So just in case you didn't know, you didn't hear, which it must have been noise in whatever country you are in, whether in India or wherever, it is your day tomorrow. Go out and celebrate and show solidarity to your ancestors, to yourself, and to see where you are coming from and where you have been now. In Jamaica, I know persons are turning out because guess what? We have some hero and heroine that have gone on before, and the rest who is going to be getting that badge of honor is going to be when they passed away. So tomorrow we'll be honoring and celebrating the dead heroes. We haven't seen them and celebrate them when they were alive. We chose to do it when they are dead. Okay? So I thank you all that you show your part and your parcel with your with your in your celebration tomorrow. In your celebration tomorrow. Okay? Yes. And I like to see at least, you have the history of what is happening coming up, that the young persons, the young people will know where we are coming from and will have an idea where they are going and where they are intended to go. Because if you don't know where you are coming from, you will, Antonio, you will never know where you are going. So, first of all, you have to have the history of where you are coming from, what it was like then. Thank you for liking up the live. Thank you very much. You have to know exactly where you are coming from, and you cannot get that history unless you have those that was in it. Some are still alive and can give it to you. You will read it in the book, but most and foremost of it is going to be left out of the writing. So they are going to pretty it up. They are going to put on pretty paper on it and fix it up nice. And when you now get it, you said, "Oh, when of course it wasn't so." You understand? They do not give it to you in such way. I used to love, and still, if they bring it, because when I sit and look at what went down in Africa during the Mandela um, era, and what went on, and all the brutalization of children, and people of color, and what it have you to, until people were really getting very, very violent. Because when you look what your people have gone through, it doesn't sit well with you. So they stop showing some of the atrocity that went on. But even in these cases, from the Indian descendant, I guess that is maybe for me too, because my grandparent, they are from we are a bit of the Indian blood is right there. Okay? But when you look at what they have been through to today, when they have recognized them and said, okay, we are giving you a day in the year to celebrate and to come together. It is good and it is nice, from the on the government side, but people, Indians, were doing their thing long time. They have a time when they do their celebration. They make them use. Yeah, I know about the use. Yeah. I never go out of the sea with it, but I knew about it. I read about it. I saw it and thing, and they, whatever they celebrate as their god, that is their, that's their business. That is neither here nor there for me to say this is right or this is wrong, because some of the times the things that we are saying is right, they are so totally wrong. Okay, some of the things that we are saying that, oh, this is how it go, we don't know. Honestly, we don't know. Antonio, we, Antonio Manuel, we don't know. But what our foreparents have said, then that is what we have to go by. When you pick up the book and you open it, oh, you see some little nice and dandy thing. Some parties say, oh, this was whatever. And But honestly, it was not so. Because when you go back to history and person who live at certain centuries and could have said to you, you know, this was so and so. As I was speaking to this Jew lady, and she was telling me about the war and how our people, our parents, after run and they were in whatever the other country until they reach the United States. Actually, she didn't know about that, but her parent told her because actually she was born in the United States. But she declared how her mother told her when they have to be in hiding, right? And then she came, the parent came here, and she was actually conceived and was born here. So when you go back to history, and that is the reason why I love history, because it tells you we came now and you have things easy. Let us say we have things easy comparing to what it was before. We can say we lives in paradise comparing to what they and the amount of work and call it work for nothing. Right? Call it work for nothing. So none of these generation before have gone through anything that is pretty nice. No. So the Diwali people, enjoy yourself, rewrite your book, let the other that came after you know what it was before and before until we get here. Okay, so happy, happy Diwali when it comes tomorrow. In some places it is already Monday, in some places it is Tuesday, and wherever you are in this world, and celebrating your day, celebrate it, dance, and give God thanks because we have to give thanks for the ancestors who stood up, who by sweat, tears, and you know, for us to have, they have paved a pathway. Not even that nice because there are so many still impediment in the way, but at least it did not fall on deaf ears. Your mother, and father have not lived to see it. But of course, you are here that you can say, this one say and this one say. And of course, the history book have been written all over again. So, to the Indians, to the Diwali people, and I always have some persons from India who usually tune in with me. I haven't seen them in a while. But wherever you are and you're seeing this live, have yourself a happy, happy, happy time. Enjoy yourself. Rewrite the book again. Rewrite the book again. Because if it is in the power of the powerful, we will be still in enslaved and we would not have known anything about, a little tweps of freedom. A little tweps of freedom. So enjoy yourself. For the younger ones, will be learning and knowing what is happening and what had happened before. For those that are coming after, they will have the history to look on again and to say, yes, this I've done. In Jamaica, of course, we are celebrating our our hero and heroine, such as Nanny of the Maroon. We have, well, they did not put Kojo and so on. They are heroes. Well, you have the Sir Alexander Bustamante Clark. We have Sam Sharp. We have Paul Bogle. We have, and I can go on and name them all out. All right. Who are the freedom fighters who stood up for our freedom. So the little twips that we get, if not, we would be still under the hands of, into the hands of slavery. Have no right of speech. We would be right there muzzled. Okay, but give God thanks for those that have stood up and decided to fight the fight. As much as our country said it is independent, I don't see our country as independent, not reading from history and see what it is like, because we are still under the hand, still under the iron fist them. Okay, but nevertheless, that's not what we are talking on tonight. Just giving my piece and such. Okay, so is there any on the live that, Indians, show me your flag, show me your 1, 2, 3, yes, show me yes, you're here, you listen, you heard it, and you will be going out tomorrow to set wherever you are to celebrate, and celebrate with freedom. Okay, so is there any of the Diwali people, any Indians? Just put why yes on the in it. Just put yes, 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 yes. You are here. Yes, and you are here, and you heard me. If you are far away, tuning on the live and put in your yes. We have some Indians that always came on. Just put your yes, and we will see what we will see. All right, so for those that are celebrating their birthday, I should have put up something, but it hadn't been put up, but so be it some of the times, okay? Happy birthday to you all that are celebrating your birthday. All the celebrants of October, please accept my birthday wishes for you. Enjoy your birthday. Enjoy and flip the script again. Thank you for your heart. Thank you for the love. And flip the script and look where you are, where you're coming from. And you will have a clear picture and idea where you are going. Because one of the things, if we don't know where we are coming from, if we don't know where we are, we won't know where we are going and which road. And if we don't know that, any road will take us there. So yeah. Some persons as have been walked and walk the rough road of life. But never mind. You can give thanks and you can have the others to say, I have lived my life. It was given to me and I live my life. And because of that, you can rejoice and be glad that you are still on the land of the living. And you can still be, and you are still clothed in your right mind, that you can remember that today, all the days, is your birthday. Yesterday, tomorrow, it was last week, this week, whatever the time is. But to everyone that is born in the month of October, I am just giving you an overall. That in case if I don't came back before, you have got your birthday. And of course, we are coming up close and very close to Thanksgiving. And that is in the month of November. Canada have already gone through their Thanksgiving month already. And it is coming up. And then right after Thanksgiving, the next thing we have is jingle bell, jingle all the way. How fun it is to ride the one of open sleigh, dashing through the snow with a one of open sleigh. All the peace we go, laughing all the way. So, but as soon as you put the turkey bone down, you will be celebrating Christmas. So, coming on to the end of the year, it is celebration and celebration. And in the mid of all these celebrations, there is sorrow, I water, wondering and pondering what to do. Because there are so many things happening in and around. So many things. Yesterday morning up, rise up to the news, there is a lover who beheaded the next lover and put the torso and the head to, close to the garbage bin. Now I am looking on so many things. I am saying, I don't know why the art of people is desperately wicked above all things. How could you sit down and been taking off a human being's head, and then of course the next the next one, he was sitting, he did his job, but um yes, I'm okay. I am okay. Thank you. Right? So people cannot have, is there any misunderstanding came up before? The first thing people is looking to do is took what they cannot give to you, is your life. You and this person, whatever is your disagreements and animosity and whatever you did, and then you sit and you took off the head and of course put it out. These things are so gruesome. These things are things that you are asking your question. And I always say this, I always said it, and when I go in the scripture, he said it too. Trust me, if you and somebody have something, for heaven's sake, the man who fight and run away will live to fight another day. Before you have any escalation, walk away. Walk away. There are times we gotta give away our right for peace sake. Because by the time you open your mouth to say, no, the other day I went in the train station to reload my Omni card. And I was in front. A lady came behind, and I guess another lady. Anyhow, I finished reloading my card and stepped away, and she stepped to the machine. Before she could even touch the machine, there was a man, I don't know if it was the left, the right, or the center, but actually he weren't there. And he just stepped in front of the lady, and she said to him, no, I am here before you. I stood here to reload my card and you just stepped. And while the lady is saying, no, you are out of order. Is his hand reached the woman in her face a long time? That even the police there were in the station, is that they were so frightened when it happened, and by the time he did it, he's through the door. No, she have a right to talk, because you came in and pushed me aside as if I do not want the service of the machine too. So the police went after him. I didn't stand to know if they catch him, because the train was upstairs and I want to catch that train at a certain time. So these are the days that you have to look on it. That as you open your mouth, you cannot defend yourself anymore. If you're defending yourself, you have to prepare to either you go down or you put somebody down. And when you look at it, you can do better than that. You don't have to get yourself thrown in a prison. You understand? So most of the times, just walk away. Pretended that you are no you don't have any sense. Pretend you don't hear, you don't see, you don't have any feet. Just walk away. It's like they say their head hot. This not even look like hot because some of the hot can cool. Some of these people, their inside out is on fire. You're wondering what are they thinking? What are they thinking about? In Jamaica, which is slashed all over the news, all over the world. For those that can hear and can see, saw it, this 12-year-old that have missing. I spoke about it before. And when I spoke about it at the mother of the 3-year-old, and then I start hearing her thing. But there were questions that I asked in my life that I did with it. You know, there were pertinent questions when I sit and listen. And you look at it. And if she is the aggressor, if she is the one who took the life, if she is the one that took the life of this 12 years old child, she forget one thing. She forget that her child is still alive. And by God's help, he's going to reach 12 years old too. Put on top of that, you have your conscience. And if you are the one that is responsible for for the for for removing and taking out and the life of this young guy, remember, only remember, you have children as well. Walk 1,000 miles in my shoe, that when you get in my position, the shoe, you will have an understanding, the feeling of the shoe that you walked in. You understand? And I turned that story inside out, upside down, round and about. I twist it like an umbrella. I dance it and I look at it and I said, now look at this. It didn't warrant even slapping the child. It didn't warrant not even that. He did not hold the child and maliciously injure the child. And then when you heard all the stories that is going, some of the story they have about 100 side to it, because they say A and they forget how them did form the A. Then I remember if a capital A them did put, and then go back and then pull up the A, and the A that have 3 sides or 4, they put it in and make it have 2, and you hear all kind of things. And this is what I am saying. Even if the little 12-year-old was responsible for the child hurt, it doesn't warrant you even to slap the child. These are the things that you sit and you and your child or your children, sibling, whoever they are, you sit and you have a talk about it. There are there are parents that their children and other children will go to school and two children have some disagreement and parents push themselves into it, take it all over. You are not going to be where your children is at all time. And you know what is a nice thing? If you have a girl and it is a boy and that girl into something, later down the road, 16, 17, 19, when you look, is the same guy, is the same young man, is the other person's child, your child and him. So it doesn't spell sense. But are they listening? Are they taking into consideration and think wisely what they are doing? No. Everybody just feel as I am standing up to defend. Hello. Somebody will stand up and defend their child against yours. And the same seed that I've sown now, you will get it to reap later. Yes, you shall reap what you sow. People say karma. I don't know karma. I don't know about karma. I know what you plant, that you shall reap. And the crop came in very fast. The bearing come quick. The reaping time is very quick. You don't wait long to do the reaping. Sorry. You don't wait long to do the reaping. Oh, the harvest come in very quick. So when you're thinking to do things, think well. Remember, oh, I have children too. Oh, so you talk to this person. Moreover, it's like it's a family member. And hello, what would you do to me or my child? Eh? What would you do to me or my child? You wouldn't do anything different. You wouldn't. Anyhow, we have to be very considerate of the things we are doing. An age of nothing to do with wisdom, understanding, and knowledge. So somebody said, why is young person? They got the same amount of brain. They haven't got 2 ounces less, nor 3 ounces less. Everybody got the same weight of brain. It wire up the same way. The neuron them are the same thing. So you have to think. But when envy and hatred and all the unthinkable is stored up in you, you cannot do nothing less than put it out. Because that is what is in you. So that is what you exercise. Forgetting that the child is a child growing. The child is going to be mixed and mingling with other children too. But as I said, that you sow, when the harvest come, nobody can reap it for you. It's only you can reap it for yourself. Okay, so that's one part of it. You understand? Now, now, there's a saying, and as you see, I put it up there. One person garbage is the next man's treasure. And there is a lot of times, and many times, and all the time, you saw these things. One man garbage, one man trash is the next man pocket billful. And when we say that, most of the time we call people scavengers. Eh? Because it's only scavengers go through these things and will do what, yeah. But I look at the word and in myself, I disagreed. And my good reason to disagree. There are a lot of persons who are good working with their hands. And they will use a leaf and turn it into a basket. And they can sold you that basket for $1 million. You don't even look at the man that or the woman do the work. You just know that it looks good and it's look durable and I can do with it and you go with it. Yeah. There's a lot of persons who throw many things away. And when they throw them away, there is no consideration that these things are good. These are trash. This is rubbish. This is garbage. I don't want it. Mm-hmm. The man who perhaps cannot purchase it, he walked by and he saw these garbage, because guess what? You have like Christmas coming, a lot of person will be resetting their home. Oh, I have this 1 year and 1 year and 6 months now. Oh, and they do these things because they can afford it. Some of the things, they are so antique. You could fix them up, polish them up, and that is what you have going. Your antique going. A person who goes into the garbage and look for the piece of metal, the cans, and all these, they are doing it for a living. I have met a lady sometimes ago. I forget what country is she from right now. But her daughter got a scholarship and came to the United States. And right upon that, after a little while, she met the love of her life and she got pregnant. And she did not see it fit to put her child into the daycare in the United States. Because one, I don't remember if they're Indians. I think they're Indians. She wanted her child to be raised by her mother. And, they will get their cooking. She just want her mother to have to do. She do not want certain things to be missing from the child, in spite the child is in the United States. So, of course, she wanted this to go on. And she brought her parent here. The mother came first, and then, oh, would it be nice to be taking away the wife from the husband? So she brought them. They up and left their business. They had business. They have things where they were coming from. And after the baby got big and, time for school and thing like that, there was nothing for them to do. And the husband, which is the girl's father, start going around and pick up bottles. And then he was joined by his wife. And each day, each morning, they rise out of their bed and they went to every business place, every trash can, everything, and they collected bottles. And she said to me, we met in the park. So we were in the park talking, and she was giving me her story. And she put another relative in her business where she was. And would you believe that the both of them, the wife and the husband, sold bottles 3-4 times a day? They're out. So when they're going in with bottles, a lot of bottles. And she bought a house in the United States of America out of the bottles. Endurance. They endure because she didn't know where to go and to say, okay, she don't want to go in to say, well, then she's going to train to be a nurse aide or anything like that. And the best job she saw that nobody would have fought for that job is to collect bottles. And she sold her bottles, the both of them. They didn't have to think of food because her daughter ensured that they have their, but you're sitting down, nothing. You're strong, you're in health, and sitting down, you need to do something. The trash and the garbages that have been collected, it is put to use and it is grind down and it makes something else that you and I went to purchase. So when I look at persons and said, well then, okay, people say, oh my God, they are just a scavengers. Scavenger through the thing. They know what they can get. You have a fan and put it out. The fan stop working. You don't know if it want to clean or not. You just throw it out. You went to the store and you purchase the next one. A man coming on or up and saw that fan or a woman and said, wow, this can be of good use. And they pick up that fan. They clean up that fan and peradventure get that fan working. If it is the coil gone and they can get coil from somewhere else, they recoil it. And you would surprised to know that you will go and bought that same fan that you throw out in the garbage for a nice money. I have seen so many times things like these happen. Yeah. So you're looking on it. When next you saw people going troubling through the garbage, they are looking their money. And in that time when that lady was saying it to me, there weren't people who were collecting bottles like that. Now when I went away and came back to the States, the amount of persons that you saw collecting bottles, because money is in it. They took it and they sold it and they get their money. This lady said to me she sold bottle and bought her dog food. So the being a scavenger, meaning to say you are digging up for whatever. The one man's garbage is the next man's treasure. You would surprised to know the things that they get from the garbage and put it into good use. And I'm going to show you something. These are soap. I guess this one is these are the soap bottles. I think this one is the softener. Okay. And I sit down and I look at them and I said, I'm going to try something here. And we cut, this is from the top. And I cut the top and I glued it onto the bottom to make a base. So this is a base. This is not finished. And look at what pattern you would have get this thing going into. You don't need the color because the color is already there. So you're thinking of some pattern. And so I sit and these are garbage. So they are packed and sent out in the garbage. Okay, I took up the bottle and I said, one day I'm going to sit and do something with these bottles and see what happens. Okay, and I did this. These are in my spare times when I been doing it. This is the gain bottle. The gain, those little green things that you throw into the wash, make your clothes smelling nice and things. Okay, these are garbage. Now if I decided, say, okay, I am going to be collecting all of this. So this is the gain bottle that I took the top off and I placed the top here. So I make a base with the top and it is glued in. Very sturdy. Of course, I have these that I purchased them because I'm doing some craft thing. And I just sit at it and said, I could have done this. No, I can get all the gain bottles and make up these, put them in different pattern, do them differently. And I can say, okay, I am selling this for $2. Just saying. I'm going to sell this for $2. And if I do 100 of this, or did 100 multiply $2 this? And if I have a little pan beside me, which is a saving pan, I can drop all of those money in there. And over time, you would be surprised what I get from these. And you sit and you look at it and I said, okay, this one is still not finished too. This is another one. And you sit and you look at them and you say, okay, I'm going to exercise my hand on something. All right. I can paint it up and nice it up. And you can put some form of a creeping flower in it. You can make this in a creeping, and I said, okay, so I don't put in the bud in here yet. So the bud need to go in here and whatever. And you can take up all of these bottles and you make them into a different shape, and you use your glue gun. Your glue stick. YouTube, I said glue gun, and I want you to listen to me good. And whoever speak other language, I did not say. I said my glue gun. We pick up these, like the body wash bottles, And I am going to make this into uh, something. So these thrown in the garbage, of course, it would have gone to the machine and wherever, and and the um and they crush them and they make them into something. This is what I'm talking about. YouTube, glue gun. I just want to make it clear that you don't go on in my live and flag it and say, well, then I speak of the gun. Glue gun. And that is what is written on there. Yes, sir. Is hot glue. Just to make it clear that somebody don't get it wrong. Because things are happening these days that it's unbelievable. So you have to watch your speech and your speak and your words and your spoke. Huh? Good. You gotta watch those. Good. So a lot of persons make their living out of the garbage. A lot of persons, they will see them into a nice car and they out of the garbage, they go and scavenge their things out of the garbage and they turn it into something looks good that can be sold. They use the toilet tissue cardboard and they turn it into something else, make it into something else. And he will go and see these things because if from afar you say, oh, this is glass, but it is plastic. Oh my God, but it looks good. Yes. And you sit down and you make your design. Because the nice thing with these plastics, they already have a design on them. The difference is that it doesn't have any color. So you just look at it and you said, okay, so you do it like that. So one man's garbage is a lot of people treasure. Person took pots and thing and throw them out because of discoloration of the oil, what the oil did to it. And guess what? They took them up and they cleaned them up. So you would surprised to know what you call a garbage turn a man into a millionaire. It looks funny and it sounds funny, but check it out. It will turn a man into a millionaire. And he will say to you, I only pick up bottles and I do so. And you say, what? Yes. Because the knowledge is there that he can get something from what you call garbage. It is his treasure. He pick up those that you throw out and he clean them off and he shine them up and that is him again. And he sold it. You have a broken maybe iron board, they pick it up and they weld it up and they sold it. Umbrella. And these are just few of the things we talk about. A person's umbrella, the bone, whatever we call the piece, have broken and they took off the material of that umbrella. They uses the stick part. In Jamaica, when we are doing sorrel, they use the stick part to poke the thing through and the seed of the sorrel came out. And then they uses the material and they open them up and they make them into handbags. Throw out all the umbrella. It's broken. The wind took it out. Whoops! And it is broken. And somebody there with a knowledge and see how they can work with their hand and turn that umbrella material into maybe 2 or 3 bags. And they made that bag and they tied it up so nicely, and you went and you purchased it. Don't forget that what we call trash and garbage is a next man treasure. It's a next man real treasure. It is his pocket. He can open a business with it. He can use that money and started a next business. I would say all of this, that most persons, they depend on stretching out their hand and asking for, we ask call that donation. Oh, I'm asking you for, there are things, everything on this earth can turn you a money, can turn you into thousandaire. Maybe you don't reach million, but you can go thousands. If you continue in a thousands, you would go near to million. You understand? Good. So next you see people going through the garbage, and if you can put your bottles out one side from out of the garbage, for those that are going back to the machine to sell back their bottles, fine, because it is being crushed, crush, and go back to make something else and bring it back to us into another form. If it is the glass bottles, when you put them in the machine, that machine break them up, put them into broken pieces, and then they get them to melt them and make them into something else. One man's treasure, garbage, is the next man's treasure. You would surprised to know a person would have said to you, I walk and I picked up these, and I do this and I do that. And you say, what? Never you look down on anyone. Do not look down on anyone. Everyone have a purpose in life, and everything have a use in life. Persons go and look in gold, and you see them take up and they know the gold and they wash it and they wash it, and you see the little bits and pieces of gold. And they took it and they sold it. That is $1 in their pocket. $1 that they don't have to ask anybody for. $1 that they earn. They work for it. They pick up the garbage and they turn it into treasure. Okay. At this time, these are some of the things that persons do to make some money. You throw out your old clothes out there and they pick it up and they renewing it and they wore it because they don't have to go and buy. They learn to mend, they learn to patch, they learn to do all of these things and make it into treasure. You throw out your little box and things out there and they pick them up and they clean them off, and whatever little touch up it need, they give it to them, and then that is it. As one of my main things this evening, that we talk about one man's garbage is many people treasure. even the scale of the fish. Have people who use the scale of the fish to make things. You wouldn't realize that. Wow, it look like, yes. And it's so pretty. And it's so nice. Yes. So remember, whenever you saw persons and you say, oh my God, he's just in the garbage, scavenger in the garbage. Whatever they found from the garbage that you don't want is what make them into a millionaire or a thousandaire. So they go thousandaire and they go million. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you for being with us. One man's treasure is the next man's. One man garbage is the next man's treasure. Okay? Thank you very much. It is a pleasure. And remember, Diwali people, if you just came on, oh, for the Diwali. Yeah. You understand? So, have a good one. Have a very good one. Have a very good holiday for tomorrow. All right? Thank you very much for being here. It is a pleasure to have you. This is your host of the most. And this is where we end this live this evening. Okay? Thank you, thank you, thank you. God bless, God keep, and God supplies to you. All right? Thank you very much. See you on another time. Bye.